So yes, I'm going to give you a 5-minute introduction to what we call the Ad hoc Peer Committee for OpenSees. I think it was about 1.5 years ago, a number of peer researchers communicated some concern and ideas and facts about OpenSees to the OpenSees institutional board. And some of these concern or facts are here, like along the peer methodology, the performance-based earthquake methodology, OpenSees is the strongest legacy of peer. So it's a very important tool not to be neglected. It's heavily used in the US and abroad. You can see here the statistics from 2019, 1.8 million page views. You can see the concentration in the worlds where it is used. And there are about 2 to 3 releases every year. You can see the last one is dated May 24th, 2021. So if we continue here, so there is a crucial need. People perceive the crucial need to develop a sustainable business plan to support the maintenance, the development, and the continuity of OpenSees. Research project, making use and developing OpenSees. As you know, all of you, I think, when you received your peer grant, you were strongly encouraged to implement your new modeling or analysis tools inside OpenSees. Caltran funded research, for example, also strongly encouraged this as well. Now, there are some efforts to extend OpenSees to different scripting languages. Python, for example, Michael Scott at the University of Oregon is working on OpenSees PY that many of you probably are familiar with or using. There are also MATLAB and Simulink. Then there is the issue of a GUI for OpenSees that has been discussed for many, many years, almost since the beginning of OpenSees, and the commercialization of a GUI for OpenSees. There are some research groups who combine GID with OpenSees. There is a very promising one now that you may have heard of, STKO. Then there is also a need to develop good documentation, including application examples with good modeling techniques and good analysis strategies, and also need to develop verification and validation example like commercial codes, established commercial codes have. Then the issue of developing online peer OpenSees courses or short courses, and future development of OpenSees. So there were quite a bit of concern and ideas and so on. So presented this to the peer institutional board, and Khalid and Amarnath decided to put together an ad hoc committee. Asked me if I wanted to chair the committee. I accepted, and then these are the members of the committee that had been recommended as well. You probably know all of them: Philip Philippou, Pedro Arduino, Frank McKenna, Michael Scott, Silvia Mazzoni, Selim Gunay. So the charge of the committee that we received from the peer headquarters is just here. So review the current status of OpenSees, perform a SWOT analysis, determine the current and immediate future needs, the resource and time required to meet these needs, offer ideas for future development of OpenSees, and develop a business plan to raise funds for maintenance, and then provide recommendation in a report to peers. So the committee has met four times, 4 long meetings. We had very lively, open discussions, discussed many ideas, and we are going to to put our thoughts and ideas and recommendation together in a short report by later this year. Also issues, some of the main themes that were discussed intensely, like building the community of OpenSees developers, OpenSees services, like possibility to offer consulting services with OpenSees and having something like an OpenSees service group, offer OpenSees courses, class modules, and then, like I mentioned already, verification and validation using benchmark examples from the literature and from other computer codes, so commercial codes, and also using experimental data at the component level or sub-assemblies all the way to system levels, and compare the prediction made using OpenSees with maybe established software that are established in the industry, like eTabs and Perform 3D. And then also we discussed a lot of future development at the level of new material constitutive models, element, nonlinear solution strategies. And so if some of you are very interested in this and have great ideas, new ideas, please do not hesitate to contact a committee member and pass them on. So this is about it, Amarnath.
Thank you, Joel.